2 News Oklahoma Sports.
And welcome into sports, everybody. Caden McFarland alongside Dan Lindblad back here at Amon G. Carter Stadium in Fort Worth, side of the Armed Forces Bowl. Oklahoma taking on Navy today. Dan, you know, I thought that this was a great opportunity for the Sooners to sort of cleanse the palate of what we've seen earlier in 2024 and springboard into 2025. As we know, there are only 56 scholarship players on the field today. There are going to be a lot of new faces, new quarterback and new offensive coordinator next year.
Yeah, a lot of those guys on the roster were freshmen, too. They had 24 on both sides of the ball. But it is also a perfect bridge, as you want a bowl game to be. You have a new offensive coordinator coaching quarterbacks right now. Ben Arbuckle was on the sidelines, had his word, and then you have John Mateer coming in. And it's not like OU needs help bringing in the national audience, right? Well, they got that.
Yeah.
Navy coming in. A Navy team that was trying to win 10 games, arguably the biggest win in their program's history. Everything kind of molded to what we saw today.
Yeah. There was the chance for a springboard into 2025. Instead, more of the same.
We got to be better. This is a game of performance and it's a game of doing, and we fell, well short of that this year.
Now, the Sooners did start hot, Dan, going up 14-0.
Yeah, and it all started Gavin Sawchuk with a 21-yard run on the second possession of the game. And then a little bit later, Michael Hawkins with a perfect pass in the corner.
How about that play? Scrambling
Kearney.
left, then all the way back right. 56 yards to Kearney makes it 14-0. You thought maybe this game would be 35-7
We were having that conversation on the sideline. Instead, no pun intended, Navy rights the ship.
Yeah, the OU offense sputters. The next 8 drives come up with 0 points. Navy begins to throw some haymakers. It was 14-7 at the half, and then Blake Horvath ties the game with a 95-yard touchdown in the third.
And you and I had that conversation about his explosive ability. Only Ashton Genty has more 60-yard runs than him across all of FBS. So he gets a 90-yard run. Felt like the whole thing turned on that moment.
They began to take control. Horvath with another touchdown in the fourth to make it 21-14. But then there was this moment, just a golden opportunity for the Sooners.
You talk about Heisman moment, right? Everyone wants to have a Heisman moment. Now, I'm not saying this was it, but this was a great Sooner quarterback moment. Michael Hawkins, a lot of pressure around him. Coming in as a freshman, only his 4th start of the year.
He was poised.
He was poised, led the team down the field. Even a couple penalties, there were sacks. Everything was going against him. He leads a long drive, and OU scores with 6 seconds left.
13 plays, 75 yards. Jake Roberts with the 10-yard touchdown to make it 21-20. Brent Venables had a decision to make. Now, Navy's kicker, suspect, had missed a short one earlier. The OU defense, awfully good. Now, Navy is good in the red zone, so I should point that out. But instead of going for 1, the extra point, and overtime, Brent Venables goes for 2 in the win. It's not that the decision is necessarily bad, but it doesn't turn out the way you would hope.
That situation, when it was 4 minutes to go in the game, we knew if it was under 30 seconds, we were going to go for 2. So we made that decision earlier. I'd go for it again. Every situation.
Just a great play and just a great connection on that. And then the 2-point play, like Coach said, we got what we wanted. Just they kind of covered it, matched it up.
And Dan, I could not believe this when I first heard it after the ball game. Brent Venables now joining John Blake as the only OU coaches since Benny Owen way back in 1924 with multiple losing seasons on the ledger.
That's not company you want to be a part of. You want to be on the winning sides of, we have won this many games, this many championships, and Brent Venables and squad just aren't getting it done right now. And he's going to be the first to tell you, it's not on the guys out there between the white lines, it's the man under the headset.
I'm hurt for the players because I know they've worked hard. I know it's easy to take shots at certainly at us as coaches. We're the coach, and that's why we got the whistle and all that, and taking shots at the players too. Everybody's disappointed, embarrassed, all of those things, but I'm not embarrassed of the fight. You win, you look at everything, but you certainly do it, being 6 and 7, you look at every single part of your program and you evaluate all of it.
You mentioned it earlier, John Mateer, the new quarterback, Ben Arbuckle, the new offensive coordinator. If Brent Venables is going to see 2026 as Sooners head coach, they're going to have to be awfully good in 2025. For Dan Lindblad, Caden McFarland, that will do it for sports from here in Fort Worth. Back with more right after this.